Okay, so this is part 2 of the video. So part 1 was doing multiplying and dividing fractions. So now you should be on page 12, numbers 1 through 4, and we're going to go through 1 through 4, and then you guys are going to do 5 to 13. Just a heads up, the answer key is on the bottom of the page, so please don't cheat. Just do the problems and then check your answers. If you have a problem, send me an email, go to my Zoom office hours. Any message on Dojo will be received and replied to within an hour. So here's what I'm going to say. So the difference between dividing and multiplying is you have to flip and multiply when you divide. So one way to think about this is the reason that these are worked together is because they're solved similarly. The only difference is with dividing fractions, you have to flip the second problem and then divide it, and then multiply it, I mean. So like I said, like the first problem on the other page, if you have a number that does not have a denominator and you're working with fractions, I would just put it over 1. So first thing you're going to say here is put this over 1. Then rewrite this so we have negative 5 over 1. Now you're going to divide. When you divide, you flip and multiply. So the 7 goes to the numerator, the 5 goes to the denominator, and then you change it to multiplication. So then it becomes negative 5 times 7 over 5. Now, how I'm going to say this is the easiest way to do this is to take out your like terms. Remember, anything over itself is 1. So I see a 5 here and a 5 here. I'm going to cancel it out. You cancel it straight out. This becomes 1. This becomes 1. You end up with negative 7 over 1. Likewise, if you don't want to cancel, I am going to stress that canceling makes it easier. You'll end up with negative 35 over 5. Negative 35 over 5 is equal to negative 7 over 1. It's the same thing. You'll get the same answer. It's just that you're doing the division first. It's just a matter of when you want to do it. And I think it's easier to do it by canceling, but to each his own. Okay, so now let's look at number 2. Looks like it's just straightforward. So first thing you're going to do, rewrite the problem. Negative 8 over 9 times, flip this, 3 goes in the numerator, 2 goes to the denominator. We get negative 3 over, we get positive 3 over 2. Now, like I said, you can just multiply it out, or you can cancel. What do I see? Well, I see a 2 here and an 8. 2 and 8 can be taken out. I see a 3 here and a 9. 3 and 9 can be taken out. 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. 3 divided by itself is 1. So you end up with negative 4 over 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 1 is negative 4 over negative 3. Now, like I said, you can just multiply it out and get the same answer. I'll show you that now. Negative 8 times 3 over 9 times 2. You end up with negative 24 over 18. Both of these are divisible by 6. So 24 divided by 6 is negative 4. 18 divided by 6 is 3. You get the same answer. I'm just stressing that it's easier to simplify. So go ahead. I'm going to work with this one now. So first step, rewrite it. 3 over 10 times 7 goes to numerator, 6 goes to denominator, negative 7 over 6. What do you see? Well, I see a 3 here. Cancel that out. 3 here. This becomes 2. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. 10 times 2 is 20. So negative 7 over 20. If you don't want to cancel, the answer shows up as this. 3 times negative 6 over 10 times 7. This is a 10 times 6, sorry. My apologies. So, oops. So it should be 21, so 7 goes to the numerator, times 6 in the denominator. See, this is a really good example of why it's easier to simplify. You see how easy this was? Now we have 21 over 60. Now, at first glance, I don't know what the answer to this is? I gotta think. What's divisible? Well, you know, both of those are divisible by 3. So I guess you gotta divide by 3, and you'll get this answer. When you divide by 3, you get -7 over 20. So, like I said, you don't have to simplify. You can do it at the end, but I'm going to stress to you that if you simplify early on, this is much easier than doing this. Okay? So now we're going to do the last problem. So this has a lot of moving parts. So remember on the multiplying portion, you had to convert it into an improper fraction first. So convert it to an improper fraction, multiply on the bottom, add on the top. 4 times 2 is -8. -8 plus 3 is -11 over 4. Then you flip this. This becomes 11 over 1. -11 over 4 times 1 over 11. Now that's real easy. Everybody should be able to see 11 over 11 becomes 1, right? So now you just end up with 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 1 is 4, and there was a negative there, so it's -1/4. Or if you want to just do it straight across, you do -11 times 1 over 4 times 11, which gives you -11 over 44. Simplify this, divide by 11 out of both, you'll get -1/4. So if you have any questions on these, send me a message on Dojo, or go to my office hours that are Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 to 1:30. If you have any questions, make sure, there you go, just so that you can see the bottom. So if you have any questions, send me a message. I'm here. Make sure you're doing this stuff. If not, do your iReady assignments. Take care, guys.